Welcome to this live today. My name's Lizzie and I'm a teacher on Cambly. We're just going to wait a few minutes for everyone to join. While we're waiting, before I start, can you just let me know if the sound's okay, if the video's okay? Let me know if there are any problems. If you could just tell me in the chat, that would be amazing. Thank you. And if you could also tell me where you are from, so which country you're living in or which country you're from, tell me in the chat so I can see where everyone is from. It's always really interesting for me to see all of the different countries that you are from. So let me read where some of you are from. We've got Pakistan, Bangladesh, hi, Japan. Is it not really early in Japan right now? What time is it in Japan? Iran, Nepal, Indonesia, Cambodia. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining. Oh, you're all from so many different places. Italy. It's 11 p.m. in Japan. Oh, it's really late. Yeah. Sorry. Honestly, I get I get really confused with all the different time zones. Okay. And yeah, you can all hear me okay? You can see me okay? I'm gonna assume you can because nobody said that you can't, so hopefully it's fine. So I'm going to be taking this live lesson today. We have these live lessons every Sunday on our YouTube channel. So if this is your first time, if this is the first time you are attending one of these live lessons, then welcome. Thanks for joining. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. And thanks for participating in these lessons. We have different topics every week, and today the topic, as you can see here, is phrasal verbs, but not just all phrasal verbs with get. So I don't know if this is something that you've studied before. If you have, hopefully this will be a good review for you. And if this is something you've never studied before, hopefully you'll find it interesting and useful. So the reason I decided to teach this lesson today on phrasal verbs with get is because phrasal verbs are used by native speakers so often. We use them when we're speaking all the time, especially in conversation. But a lot of English learners find them quite difficult. And this is for a few different reasons. Firstly, because there are so many phrasal verbs, and secondly, because they cannot really be directly translated from your language, well, from English into your native language. So they're quite difficult to learn and quite difficult to understand. So, can anybody explain to me what a phrasal verb is? What is a phrasal verb? Maybe you can tell me in the chat. What do I mean when I say a phrasal verb? Does anyone know? I'm going to tell you, obviously, if you're not sure. Yes, well done, thank you. A verb and a preposition, okay? So a phrasal verb is when we have a verb and then it's followed by a preposition, sometimes more than one preposition. It's not always just one, but at least one preposition, sometimes two, sometimes three. Maybe three, yeah. So this is why they're also quite difficult, okay? Because often we have phrasal verbs that have the same root verb, so it's the same verb, but then the preposition is different, and they can mean completely different things, which makes them really confusing because when you see them written down, they look really similar. For example, if we think of the verb take, okay, the verb to take. So the root verb is take, but we have so many phrasal verbs which have the root to take. For example, we have take off, take out, take up, take in, take over. Okay, there's so many more, take on. And so as you can see with these, they all sound quite similar, they look quite similar, but the meaning of these is different. And also, for some of these, they can have more than one meaning. So just one phrasal verb can have more than one meaning depending on the context. So it gets really confusing. And I know a lot of my students find phrasal verbs very confusing, very difficult to remember. What I would recommend is studying the most common ones. So start with the most common ones and just try and memorize them bit by bit and build your vocabulary like that, as you would with any other vocabulary. So today I've chosen the root to get, okay? So the root verb we're going to look at is get, because there are so many phrasal verbs with get. And I've just chosen 10 today because I didn't want to overwhelm you. But if you think of any other phrasal verbs with get that we don't cover today, then I'd love for you to share them with us as well. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the phrasal verbs. I'm going to teach you them in context because it's much easier to learn language and phrasal verbs in context. And then I'm going to test you on them at the end, okay? So make sure you're concentrating throughout so that hopefully you'll find the test at the end a little bit easier. I'm also going to give you a chance to ask me some questions at the end, so don't worry if I don't answer your questions throughout. Save them up for the end because then I'll have a proper opportunity to check the chat and I'll be able to answer your questions properly. Also, don't worry if you are joining now, you've missed the beginning of this live. It was just a little introduction anyway, but also you'll be able to go back and watch this live whenever you like once it's over. So it'll be on the YouTube channel. So don't worry if you miss some of it or if you want to watch it back again at the end. Okay, so let's get started, okay? So I've got all these different phrasal verbs here with get. And the first one we're going to look at today is this one. I hope you can see it well, but I'll read it out for you anyway. It is get up to. Get up to. Okay, before I give you the example sentence, maybe you can tell me what you think the meaning of get up to means, or if you know it. Or maybe you can tell me an example sentence with get up to. I'll give you a couple minutes before I give you the example sentence, in case any of you already know it. So you could give me an example sentence, or you could tell me what the meaning is of get up to. So like I said, some of the phrasal verbs have more than one preposition. So this one, get up to, has the root get and then two prepositions, up and to. Get up to. And remember, some of them have more than one meaning, okay? So I'm going to give you one meaning today. I might give you more than one, okay? But if you think of another definition of these phrasal verbs, then you're not incorrect. It's just that some of them have more than one meaning. Okay, so in this context, what are you getting up to at the weekend? What are you getting up to at the weekend? What do you think this can mean? So like underlined here is the phrasal verb. Maybe you could try and rephrase this sentence, this question, without this phrasal verb to help you think about what the meaning might be. Yeah, Harry, good. What are you doing? So do, what are you doing? What's your schedule for the weekend? Yeah. What are you going to do at the weekend? Yeah, exactly. What are you doing? Or what are your plans? Okay, so what are your plans? What are you doing? What are you gonna do? Okay. What have I put here? What are your plans for the weekend? Okay. But yeah, that's what it means. What are your plans? What are you doing at the weekend? Okay, nice. Maybe guys, you can tell me, what did you get up to this weekend? So tell me in the chat, what did you get up to this weekend? What were your plans? What did you do? What did you get up to? Did you get up to anything nice? Did you get up to anything interesting? Did you not get up to very much? Job and job. You were just working all weekend. Oh, basketball training, nice. Relaxing. Oh, volunteering, nice. Okay, lots of different things. Okay, so that's the first one, get up to. Get up to means, what are you getting up to means, what are your plans? What are you doing? Okay, the second one we're going to look at is this one, get on with. Get on with. Can you think of an example sentence with get on with? Get on with someone, okay? Get on with someone. This one's very common. Also, we can say get along with someone. And it's got exactly the same meaning, okay? So get on with someone or get along with someone. Can you think of an example sentence, or can you tell me what you think the meaning is? Lord Ford, get on with your best friend. Excellent, well done. So if Lordford's sentence is correct, okay, a good example, get on with your best friend, what could it mean? So you can say get on with someone or get along with someone. Both of these have the same meaning. Yes, well done. Have a good relationship. Excellent. Okay, so here I've got an example sentence. Do you get on with your family? Do you get on with your family? I find this is a really common thing that I ask my students. Sometimes if I ask them, oh, do you have any brothers or sisters? And they say, yes, I have one brother or whatever. And then I'll say, do you get on with him? Or do you get along with him? And often my students don't understand this question because I'm using this phrasal verb. So, but it's just such a common way to ask. So sometimes I don't even think about it being a hard question because it's how native speakers would ask this question. That's what we'd say, rather than saying something like, "Do you have a good relationship with your brother?" or "Are you close with your brother?" Obviously, we can say these things too, but "Do you get on with him?" is a very, very common way of asking this question. So you might come across this one quite a lot. So yeah, it means, yeah, are you close with your family? Do you have a good relationship with your family? So can you think of any example sentences, or maybe you can answer the question for me? Do you get on with your family? Or tell me someone that you get on with or don't get on with. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So we've got this one next. Get together. Get together. Can anybody think of an example sentence with get together? And guys, just a reminder, if you are only joining us now and you've missed the first two phrasal verbs, don't worry because you can watch this again at the end, okay? We'll be posting it on the YouTube channel for you to watch as many times as you like. Okay, so the third one, get together. Get together with friends. Good. Shall we get together on Friday? Amazing. Well done, guys. Okay, so my example sentence here is, let's get together for a drink on Saturday. Let's get together for a drink on Saturday. So for those of you who maybe weren't sure, is the meaning a little bit more clear now? What does get together mean? Can you rephrase the sentence using something else? Yeah, good. To meet, to hang out, catch up. That's good. Some of you are using other phrasal verbs, which is excellent. Great, great job. Okay, so instead of saying let's get together, you could say let's meet. Let's meet for a drink on Saturday. Okay, so to get together means to meet, to hang out with someone. Okay. Let's move on to the next one, which is this one, the fourth one, get out of. To get out of something. To get out of doing something. Okay, obviously to get out of something could mean like I got out of the car. Okay, physically you get out. But I'm thinking of a different meaning here. Okay, so let me give you the example sentence so you can see the context that I'm using it in. So this one. I need to think of an excuse to get out of work. I need to think of an excuse to get out of work. So what could get out of mean in this kind of example? So it's not like you're in work and you want to leave work. It's not like that. You haven't even gone to work, okay? So imagine I have work tomorrow and I don't want to go because it's Monday. Nobody wants to go to work on a Monday, right? So I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And so I'm trying to think of an excuse right now on Sunday so that I don't have to go to work tomorrow. Okay, so it's not to leave work because I hope I don't have to go at all. So what could it mean? This one's a little bit more difficult. Yes, excellent. Numi 663. To avoid a specific situation. Very good. Okay. Yeah. To avoid having to do something that you really don't want to do. Okay, so if I want to get out of work, I don't want to have to go, then I'm going to avoid doing it. I'm going to avoid doing something I don't want to do. You could also use it for like, for example, my friends invited me to a party, but I really don't want to go. So I'm going to try and get out of it. I'm going to try and avoid having to go. Okay. So avoid doing something that you don't want to do. So if we try and rephrase that sentence, I need to think of an excuse so I don't have to go to work. Okay, so I can avoid going to work. So see here that this is a much longer way to say that rather than just using the phrasal verb to get out of doing something. And to say to get out of doing it seems much more natural. So that's another reason why it's great to learn phrasal verbs. Okay. So that one's a little bit more difficult, okay? So to get out of doing something, it's I want to avoid something. I want to think of an excuse so that I don't have to do a particular thing or avoid having to do something unpleasant that you'd rather not do. Okay. Let's move on to the next one, which is get round to. Get round to. Get round to doing something. Okay, to get round to doing something. Let me give you an example. So, I keep meaning to call my friend. I haven't got round to it yet. I haven't got round to it yet. Or I wanted to tidy my room this weekend, but I still haven't got round to it. Can you think of another example sentence with get round to, or tell me what you think it means? Let me have a look. Has anybody got it yet? This one's a little bit more difficult, I would say, as well. Can I think of another example sentence? So we've got this one. I keep meaning to call my friend, I haven't got round to it yet. Or this weekend I wanted to clean my room, but I still haven't got round to it. Maybe I'll have time later. Yeah, so someone's put it here, although it does sound like a copy and pasted dictionary definition, but that's fine. To deal with a task in due course, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it's like to do something that you've been meaning to do for a long time, okay? So something that you've wanted to do for a long time to finally do it. Okay, so it's to do a task that you've been wanting to do or that you've intended to do for a long time. Okay, let me see how I've rephrased it to give you a better idea. I haven't done it yet, even though I've intended to for a long time. Okay, so to get round to something is to do something that you've intended to do for a long, long time. Okay. Can you tell me something that you haven't got round to doing yet? So can you think of a task in your head that you're like, oh, I need to do this. I keep meaning to do this thing, but you haven't got round to it yet. I can think of loads. Tidying my room is one of them. Calling my friend is one of them too. These are real examples. Like phoning. I need to like phone the dentist. I need to get my eyes tested. There's so many things I need to do. Often it's medical things, okay? People don't get round to doing. So I haven't got round to doing any of these things yet. I've intended to do these things for a long time, but I haven't had the time or I keep forgetting. For some reason, I haven't done them. Doing the laundry, yeah, I'm the same. I haven't got round to doing that yet either. I still haven't got round to doing, okay, Harry, doing. I still haven't got round to doing my homework. It's time to get around to fixing the problem. Good. I have a lot of reports to submit, but I haven't got around to them. Remember, we're using the preposition to. Okay, so you can use get round to or get around to. I notice some of you are using around to, and that's okay. So get round to or get around to. Both of these are okay. I got round to visiting the dentist. Okay, so if you say you did get round to it, it means you did finally do it. After a long time of intending to do it, you did do it. Okay, so that's good if you did get round to visiting the dentist. I need to do that. I have got round to calling my mother since the 1st of March. Or on the 1st of March. Or on the 1st of March, I got round to calling my mother. Okay. Good examples, guys. Okay, let's move on to this one. We've got get over. Get over. Get over, we can say I got over someone. I got over someone. Or I got over something. Okay, so we can get over someone, we can get over something. What could it mean to get over someone or get over something? My example, I'm talking about getting over something. So I've put, it took me 2 weeks to get over COVID. It took me 2 weeks to get over COVID. This is actually not true for me. I did have COVID. When I had COVID, it was Christmas, and it only took me 3 days to get over COVID. Luckily. I was very lucky. So yes, good, well done. To overcome, to recover from. Excellent, okay? So if we recover from something, it could be like an illness, okay? We could recover from, if we, you wouldn't say recover from someone, but if we get over someone, what kind of example can we use that? To get over someone. When would you get over someone? When would you get over a person? Because that's slightly different. We wouldn't really say you've recovered from a person. What could it mean? Yeah, to get over a person is kind of like to forget someone. Often we'll use it in romantic relationships, okay? So if you're in a relationship with someone and then you break up and then you get over them, it's like you forget about them. You're no longer sad about breaking up. You're no longer interested in that person. You got over them. Okay, so we can use it in this example as well. But yeah, how I've rephrased this one, okay, it took me 2 weeks to get over COVID. I just put, it took me 2 weeks to recover from COVID. Guys, if you have had COVID, how long did it take you to get over it? How long did it take you to recover from it? How many days were you sick for until you recovered and felt better? Let me know in the chat. I hope it didn't take any of you too long. Okay. And some great example sentences. Well done, guys. I want to get over a difficulty. I got over my ex-boyfriend. I got over my girlfriend who left me last year. Okay. Great. Let's move on to this next one. So it's get away with. Get away with. To get away with something. Okay, to get away with something. Okay. I was late for work. I don't know why all mine are about work and being late and trying to get out of work. I actually do enjoy my job. I was late for work, but my boss didn't notice. I think I got away with it. So I was late for work, but my boss didn't notice. I think I got away with it. What does this mean? Got away with it. To get away with something. Or the thieves got away with robbing the bank. The thieves got away with robbing the bank. Or yes, excellent, Rubila. I get away with my bad habits. Nice. You don't get the bad result of something. Yeah, exactly. So it's like to avoid punishment. Okay, to escape punishment for something. To successfully do something without receiving a punishment. Okay, so this one, I got away with being late for work. I was late for work, but luckily my boss didn't notice, so I didn't get in trouble. Okay, I didn't receive any punishment. I successfully escaped punishment, even though I did something that I maybe shouldn't have done. Okay, so I think I successfully escaped any punishment, or I avoided being in trouble. Have you ever got away with something that maybe you shouldn't have got away with? Tell me in the comments if you have, or if you can think of any other example sentences, whether they're real or made up, then keep writing them. I've got some great ones. You've all been doing so well so far. Again, don't worry if you're just joining us now, because we will post this lesson on YouTube afterwards, so you can watch it again and again and again, and you can find out what all of these other ones mean that we've already covered. How are we doing, guys? I know that I'm just throwing lots of new vocabulary at you. You're all doing really well so far. I will review them all very quickly at the end before we do the quiz, okay? Because I understand it's like a lot of new vocabulary, a lot of new phrasal verbs. Okay. Well done, guys. Let's move on to this one. So we've got 3 left. So this one is get rid of. Get rid of. To get rid of something. Get rid of something. Have you got rid of anything recently? Or is there anything that you should get rid of? Do you like getting rid of old things, or do you prefer to keep things forever? For example, you might say, my phone is a little bit broken at the moment. I need to get rid of it. I need to get rid of it. What could it mean? Yeah, to eliminate, to remove, to throw away. I want to get rid of my old car. I want to get rid of old furniture. I want to get rid of bad people, okay? Yeah, you might want to get rid of someone from your life. Okay, well done, guys. Excellent. Okay, so I have as my example sentence, I have so many old clothes that I can't read that upside down. I have so many old clothes that I don't wear anymore. I need to get rid of them. I need to get rid of them. Okay. So I need to get rid of them. I need to throw them away. I need to throw them away. I wouldn't actually throw old clothes away. I don't know if you guys have this in your country, but because I've spoken to different students from different countries, and some of them do have things like this, and some of them don't. But in the UK, because that's where I am, in the UK, we have shops like called charity shops, and if you have old clothes that you no longer wear, and maybe they're too small for you or you just don't like them anymore or whatever, you can take your clothes and donate them to the shop, and then the shop sells the clothes for like a cheap price, but all the money that they receive, all the money that they make from selling these clothes, they then give that money to a different charity. Sorry, I'm going off topic, but yeah. What do you do when you get rid of old things? Where do you put them? You can tell me in the comments and maybe try and use the phrasal verb in the sentence, okay? Get rid of. And I'll read the rest of your examples because I think there's some good ones here. Get rid of your horse. Oh no. Okay. To get rid of nerves. Good. Good. So it doesn't have to be like a material thing. It could be a feeling that you have. You want to get rid of nerves. You want to get rid of anxiety. You want to get rid of fear. Excellent. I want to get rid of negative thoughts. Yeah. Good. I got rid of many things for moving. So if you're moving house, you might have to get rid of lots of your belongings, lots of things. Great. Well done, guys. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the second last one here, number 9, which is get wound up. Be careful with the pronunciation of this word, because this word can be pronounced wound or wound. So make sure you pronounce it like wound. Okay, it rhymes with round. Get wound up. Oh, wait, before I show you the example, because I feel like some of you might know this one. What does it mean to get wound up? So you can get wound up at someone, you can get wound up at something. What do you think it means? Do you often get wound up, or are you quite relaxed kind of person? And you all have given me so many good example sentences with get rid of. Well done. Can you give me any with get wound up? Can you think of any? Do you know what it means? Get wound up. Okay, I'm going to give you the example sentence. My mom got, okay, so here we're using it in the past tense. So get in the past tense becomes got, okay. My mom got wound up when I was late to the family meal or the family party. My mom got wound up when I was late to the family meal. What does it mean? Not to be excited. It can mean to be excited, I guess. You can get very wound up and get excited or anxious. It can have another meaning though. What does it mean here? She's not excited. Yeah, she's angry. She's annoyed. She's upset. So it can mean a few things, okay, depending on the context. So yeah, here it means she's angry, she's annoyed, she's a bit upset. But it can mean sort of nervous or excited or anxious as well. So just be careful with the context because it can obviously change the meaning of it a little bit. So here I've rephrased it. My mum became angry when I was late to the family meal. My mum became angry. Okay, let's go over the last one and then I'm going to do a quick review before I test you all. So the last one is get in. Get in. Now obviously get in can mean a few different things. And the more basic meaning would be like I got in the car. I got in. I don't know what else would you get in? You wouldn't get in the bus, you would get on the bus. Yeah, I got in the car. But here it's not to enter. It's kind of to enter. It's similar to enter, but slightly different. I'll show you. What time does your train get in on Friday? What time does your train get in on Friday? So rather than enter, it's more like, yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say it. I was waiting for some of you to get it. Arrive, okay? What time does your train arrive? So get in, arrive, okay? So what time does your train arrive on Friday? What time does your train get in on Friday? Good. Okay, so those were 10 phrasal verbs with get. Let's go over them very, very quickly. Just to review, and then I'm gonna test you on 5 of them. And also, if you have some questions, I'm gonna give you a chance very, very shortly to ask some. So if you have any questions about any of these phrasal verbs, different meanings they might have, how you can use them in a sentence, or any other phrasal verbs with get that you're unsure about, even if they're ones that I haven't gone over today, I'm happy to discuss them. So have a little think, see if you have any questions, and I'm going to give you a chance very soon to ask some. Okay, so let's go over these really quickly before I test you. So we've got the first one, get up to, get up to. The example sentence that I gave you was, what are you getting up to at the weekend? What are you doing? So to get up to something, to do something. What are you getting up to? Okay, the next one, get on with. Get on with. If you can remember what these all are, then type the meaning of them or the example sentences as I go. The example I gave you was, do you get on with your family? So get on with meant to have a good relationship with, to be close with someone. Okay, the next one, get together. Let's get together for a drink on Saturday. So let's meet for a drink. Let's hang out. The next one, to get out of. To get out of doing something. I need to think of an excuse to get out of work. So to avoid doing something that you don't want to do. Okay. The next one, get round to. Get round to. I keep meaning to call him. No, that's not what it says. I keep meaning to call my friend, but I haven't got round to it yet. I haven't got round to it yet. So it's to do something that you've intended to do for a long time. Remember I said, I haven't got round to cleaning my room, or I haven't got round to calling the doctor. Good. Okay, I know I'm going through this quite quickly. The next one, get over. It took me 2 weeks to get over COVID. Get over, okay? So to recover from something. It could be recover from breaking up with someone that you're in a relationship with, or recovering from an illness that you might have had. Okay, recover from, overcome. The next one, get away with. I was late for work, but my boss didn't notice. I think I got away with it. I think I got away with it. So to escape punishment from something, to avoid getting in trouble for something. And the next one, get rid of. I have so many old clothes that I don't wear anymore. I need to get rid of them. I need to get rid of them. Okay, so to throw away something that you no longer need or use. And this one, to get wound up. Get wound up. My mum got wound up when I was late to the family meal. To become angry or anxious or upset or annoyed or excited, depending on the context. And then the final one, to get in. What time does your train get in on Friday? Means to arrive. Okay, I know that was a very, very quick review, but don't worry because you can watch this back, okay, if you want to go over the meanings of them more. Okay, are you ready for a quick quiz? So I'm just going to test you on some of these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a sentence, and I want you to, the sentence is going to be there, the phrasal verb is going to be missing, and I want you to select one of these to complete the sentence, okay? Whichever one you think is most appropriate. If you find it difficult, I'll maybe give you some options, but we'll see how you go. Okay, the first one. Look, our train is getting in. Oh my god, I've just given you the example. I've ruined it. Okay, some of you maybe didn't hear, and some of you already said it. As you could see. That was great. Okay, look, our train is what? To the platform now. What is the answer? I wonder. Our train is getting in. Yeah, well done. Do you know what? Some of you already got the answer. One of you put the answer before I said it, so it's okay. That person, I didn't ruin it for that one person at least. Our train is getting into the platform now. Yeah, good. So what does get in mean? What does it mean to get in? How could you rephrase this sentence without the phrasal verb? Look, our train is what? Our train is arriving. Yes, our train is arriving at the platform now, or arriving to the platform now. Getting in. Remember as well, okay, that you might need to change the form of the verb, okay? So as we've seen in some of the examples, I had the verb in the past, so get becomes got. Here it's changed to ing, okay, because it's continuous. The train is getting in. It hasn't arrived yet, it's getting in. So it's in the continuous form. Okay, so you need to be careful as well when you're using phrasal verbs that you're using them in the right form. So I know it's a lot to think about, but yeah. Okay, next one. Let's see. I'm gonna try and not ruin this one for you all. Okay. I'm scared to say anything now. I don't really. My brother. We always argue. We always argue. So is it a good thing? Sorry, can you see these ones? Do you need me to bring this closer? Let me see if I can move you closer for this. There you go. Might be better. Excellent. Loads of you have got the answer. I don't really get on with my brother. We always argue. Remember I said you could also use get along, okay? Get along or get on. Excellent. Okay, next one. I haven't seen you for ages. Let's soon for a catch up. What's the answer? One of these ones. Let's watch soon. Excellent. Well done, guys. I'll give some other people a minute, although I guess you can see the answer if you can see everyone else saying it. Let's get together soon for a catch up. What is another way that we could say this rather than get together? What does it mean? Let's what soon? Instead of saying let's get together soon, what could you say? What does get together mean? Let's hang out, let's meet up, let's catch up. Okay, good. Okay, this one. What did you last night? Which one is it? Another way I could ask this could be, what did you do? What did you do last night? So which one of these means, what did you do? What did you... Good, well done, guys. Lots of correct answers. What did you get up to? What did you get up to last night? Excellent. Some of you said get rid of. You could ask that question. What did you get rid of last night? But obviously it wouldn't mean what did you do, okay? It would mean what did you throw away last night? Okay, last one. I never... I'm a very relaxed person. I'm a very relaxed person. I never get what? If you're a relaxed person, what do you never get? You never get... What's the opposite of relaxed? Okay, so angry, annoyed, upset, anxious, stressed. Good. I never get wound up. I never get wound up. I'm a very relaxed person. Okay. Excellent, guys. Well done. Do you have any questions? I'm going to give you a few minutes now. If you have any questions about any of these phrasal verbs or any other phrasal verbs with get, then ask me now. And I'll try and answer them best I can for you. Thank you very much for joining this live today. I hope it's been really useful for you. I hope you've learned some new phrasal verbs, or you've been able to review some if they weren't new for you. Please try and go away and use these now that you know them. So during the week, try and use these again. Maybe try and write some of your own example sentences. That's a great way to get vocabulary to stick in your head. Think of some example sentences related to you, because that's also, I always say to my students, if you can think of an example sentence that's like something true, then you're more likely to remember the example. It'll stick in your head more because it's real and meaningful to you, so it's more memorable. So I would definitely advise doing that. And yeah, try and use them with your English teachers or with your speaking partners, conversation partners. If you are a student on Cambly, then you can use these with your teachers when you have conversations with them. Let me just check if there's any questions quickly. Would you give me another example sentence using get round to? Okay, so get round to, I said, I haven't got round to calling my friend yet. Okay, so I haven't had the chance, I haven't had time to call my friend yet, even though I've been meaning to for a long time. Or I haven't got round to tidying my room. I need to call the doctors to make an appointment. I haven't got round to it yet. Or you could say, I wanted to go for a run for a long time, and last weekend I finally got round to going for a run. So I finally had the opportunity, the chance to do something that I wanted to do for a long time. If anyone else can think of any more to help out, then go for it. Out of all of these phrasal verbs, which one of these would you use the most? To be honest, I've given you... All of these are very common. The reason I chose these 10 was because they're all quite commonly used. So I can't really pick one because it depends on the context. And also it depends on your own vocabulary, because, you know, you have vocabulary that's common, but then everyone has vocabulary that they personally use more than other people. But personally, for me, I use get on with a lot. I use get up to a lot, and I use get away with a lot. I use them all a lot. I'm going to go through all of them. They're all really common. So I definitely recommend using them all. And it will make your English sound much more natural. And yeah, because native speakers do use these. Okay, maybe one more question. Let me see. Is there an effective way to memorize phrasal verbs? There are a lot. yeah, as I said at the beginning, it's really difficult. Because there are so many, and it's so difficult to memorize them all because they're very similar as well, so it's confusing. But I definitely recommend then just learning the most common ones. If you even just search on Google like most common or most useful phrasal verbs, there are so many resources online. Also, you should follow Cambly if you use Instagram. You should follow Cambly, the Cambly Instagram page, the Instagram account, because they often post phrasal verbs on there. Or sometimes they'll do quizzes. Sometimes Cambly we do quizzes on the Instagram story, which will test you on your phrasal verbs, as well as lots of other useful vocabulary. So following some like Instagram accounts like that, um, and also yeah, just searching online like most common phrasal verbs and then just memorizing like lists of them. And as I said, when you're trying to memorize new vocabulary, I recommend learning it in context. Okay, so finding an example sentence, making up your own example sentences, and then trying to practice using these um, in like everyday conversation as much as you can, because the more you use something, the more it will stick in your head. It is difficult, and obviously everyone has their different ways of memorizing vocabulary too. So if you guys have your own way that works for you, then do that. um okay, finally I just want to say, I mentioned Cambly before, um and said, you know, if you are a student who uses Cambly as an application, then you can try and use some of these phrasal verbs with your teachers. If you don't already have lessons on Cambly, if you don't already use Cambly to study, to practice English, then I really recommend it. You can talk to. Can you hear me? I think there's a plane going over just now. That's really loud. Okay. I've now lost my train of thought. Cambly. So you can talk to native English speakers from so many different countries, which I think is great because I always say to my students that it's great to get used to hearing different accents. And Cambly is an application that has teachers from all over the world, so you're gonna be able to practice listening to loads of different accents, which is amazing. And it's a really fun application too because you can just have conversations. So it's a great way to get more fluent, feel more confident, and just practice basic conversation with native speakers. So it's great, and a great way to make friends too. Um, so if you don't already use Cambly, here I have a code for you that you can use to get a little discount. So you can get up to 30%, 36% off with this code. The code you put in is Go Live. There's also going to be a link to this discount underneath this video when we post it at the end. So if you find that a little bit easier, you can access it like that too. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and please can you like this video, share this video with anyone who you think would find it useful. Let me know if you think this was a helpful video. If you want to see more videos about phrasal verbs, if you want more phrasal verb lessons, then also let us know. It's great to have your feedback, and hopefully see you next Sunday. I won't be here, but with another teacher, for another live lesson. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks for joining today, and I'll see you again very soon. See you.